Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to Union Cross. So we just got a critical quest for 3,000 jewels. We also got a new Xion. We got Kairi Xion with Attack Boost 7 Max and SP Gauge 2 along with the monthly gem quest, and I think that's about it that's really important. So right now I'm going to cover the critical quest. Even though I did pull a Xion and a Kairi from the new banners, I'm going to be doing these quests from this point on without them because I still really feel strongly that you don't need those medals and you guys shouldn't be chasing them. If you want to pull a little bit here and there, that's your choice, but honestly guys, a mercy pull will come for them. And right now, currently the game, every PvE aspect that we have, we do not need those medals, and especially PvP, you can still beat lots of people that have those Kairis easily depending what your setup is. They do not change the game currently. They will eventually, they will be the top priority for everyone to get, but right now guys, compared to what we have, you just don't need it. You can watch all of us pull for it, not pull for it. You can pull for it yourself. Regardless, in the end, I'm going to show you guys that you don't need it, and to the point where I can no longer do this. But from now until whenever, I'm going to be using no Kairi or Xion, maybe even the old Kairi and Xion I might not use, because in this video we're going to do the new PvE quest, which is supposed to be their critical. Now JP got this quest a little bit ago, well, not a little bit ago, a while ago, so this isn't like new tough content, but this is still the content we have currently. Besides that, what do you guys got? A high score challenge that wasn't that great of a medal and a lot of rating. What are you guys really pulling for? So let's jump into this quest and let's complete it together without actually using any Kairis or Xions. I'm going to use pure key art medals and prime medals along with copy medals, so stuff that everyone can get if they choose so. The only thing in my setup currently that you guys can't just mimic out of this 100% is that my anti-form Sora is a 7-star. That was my choice. I decided to make him a 7-star for PvP, and it worked out pretty good for PvE. The only benefit of that is that the strength of the medal, the multiplier doesn't matter. Whatever multiplier you're copying, that's the copied multiplier. I only did it because the extra strength makes a big difference, but you don't have to copy this setup at all, guys. You go with what setup you have. If you have the stained glass speed medal, make a stained glass speed medal setup. If you whatever you pull for and is your strongest medals, go for that. If you guys don't know already, this is the reverse defender, meaning you can't use any reverse medals, but copycat medals do not follow that line if they copy an upright medal. So even though this copy medal is a reverse, you can tell by the color of the border of the medal, it's copying an upright medal. So when it activates, it's an upright damage. So that's why you can use reverse copy medals. Just in case you guys are like, well, there's two reverse here, it's not going to work. It's going to work out fine. But the whole point of this is, one, I'm going to help you guys complete it. If you can kind of similarly copy this. If not, I'm going to give you advice as we go. But the main point here is that you don't need those new Xions or Kairis, and that's usually what I did with 0.2 Kairi. When the new Kairi and Xion came out on my free-to-play account, I went pure 0.2 Kairi for all the content until they finally changed the meta. This lets you guys see that you don't need the new medals, so you can wait for a mercy pull if you really want to. So I did complete this on stream, but I did complete it on stream and I didn't feel like cutting it out and editing it. I decided just to rerun the whole thing with you guys again. So the whole point of this quest is to get to the end of it without having to continue. So you can die as many times as you want, second chance, HP recovery. You can turtle this. There is a turtle strategy that I will be coming out with very soon. A lot of people already did it. I'll just do it again with my medals and see if it's fully possible. But the new Zexion should help you no problem here. Any combination of medals that raise your defense and lower the enemy's attacks, really good. The main issue with not using the Kairi or Xion or using a turtle setup is your SP. So you got to manage your SP properly, and during this quest there's a lot of SP chests hanging around. You don't have to collect it right away. You guys can come back for anything that you miss out on. See how that portal, that door is still open? That's going to be the same thing for everything. So there might be a chest in certain areas where you don't need them right away. Just skip it out. Now you might be saying my stained glass has extra attack. It's actually a downfall because the extra attack does nothing. All you need is a stained glass medal and a prime medal, or you just copy your prime medals twice. But the point of the stained glass medal is the stained glass medal actually gives me general strength times 7. If you don't have that general strength, you're not going to do a lot of damage. So make sure if you're using just this key art or the Buzz Lightyear or Woody, you're bringing in a medal that raises your general defense or attack. I don't know why I did that twice. Your general attack by 7. You want to max out your attack and you want to lower the enemy's defense. General attack and general defense is like one of the most important things. And for the enemy's counters, we're going to get around with that just by using really strong key art medals or Buzz Lightyear or Woody. It's all up to what you guys already have. I just want to show you that with the prime medals and the key arts, the stained glass medals, you guys can accomplish a lot. And even though this stained glass medal is only doing a certain amount of damage to some enemies and 0 to the other ones, you guys want to avoid those counters as much as you can. This is a 6-star cop and a 7-star, so there's going to be some situations where actually I don't use Vanitas, and I just use Key Art 17 by itself because of how much more powerful it is than being copied by a 6-star. Because making your copy medals into a 7-star changes the damage output by a lot, but you shouldn't prioritize that. So like moments like this, if these had 1 counters left, I would use my Key Art 17 because he's got so much more strength. And if you want to know how much strength and multiplier your medals have, click on this down here where you see me swirling the little white thing here. This will show you your medals, and underneath your medals will show you their max multipliers. You see this stained glass medal? It only has a 15 multiplier compared to the Key Art 17, which has a 31. And then you got Cloud, which is a tier 4, and it's part of like every pull that you can get 7 stars. He's got a 27 multiplier. It's insane how much damage you guys can do with just the things that are available right now. Are these going to be strong forever or in the next couple of weeks? Yeah, yes to the next couple of weeks. For like months? No. They probably will be good, but not the best to use, and you might struggle in some situations with them here and there. But for now, if you do want to pass things, you can do so by just doing this. Now you saw that he only had 45 bars of HP. Since I applied all the buffs and debuffs I needed, I just went for tapping to conserve my SP as well. When an enemy's that low, the quest says continue without having to complete without having to continue. So just go ahead and take a couple turns to beat an enemy. If that means to use your copycat medals that have SP 0 or the medals that have SP 0, try to conserve your SP where you can. But you guys can see I'm not even getting to the last part of my Keyblade. The prime medal, the stained glass Riku, and Key Art, Prime Key Art 17 is taking care of everything. 2 medals are taking care of everything with copycat medals. Again, the extra attack is not needed here. That's why I'm tapping away from it. It's actually bad because of my SP, but everything else is solid. Everything else just works out beautifully. Now these critical quests are quite long. The worst thing about them being really long is of course managing your SP, but the best thing about that is that these quests just don't fly by in 5 minutes and then you're done with the game for the entire week. At least the quest lasts a little longer, but it's a long quest. So if you're doing all 3, you're gonna have to sit there for at least good maybe 20-25 minutes, depending how long your strategy takes. But this is only one strategy of many. I just want to show you guys this one because it does not require a Xion Kairi of any sort. If you mercy pulled a stained glass medal and you mercy pulled a prime medal, you're pretty much set for the very weak content we have right now. And this is supposed to be hard content. Like I said before, they did have this in JP, but that was way back then, and that was hard to them then. So you see how these 2 enemies have 1 counter on their head left, and I have nothing to raise counters? I'm not going to use my Vanitas because, again, Vanitas has a strength total of 25,000 compared to Key Art of 45. Now, of course, when he copies this multiplier, he'll go up, but it's way stronger for me to just use a Key Art 17 and not take the chance to be poisoned or sleeped or paralyzed. But you have multiple turns to beat these guys, and if you do get sleep or poisoned, as long as you don't die, your pet will use Esuna and restore everything going on you. So you still don't need that new Kairi or Xion to take away status elements because we have pet Esuna to take care of that. So this is gonna be pretty much the whole thing. I think there's a couple enemies where I gotta do that whole only use Key Art 17 instead of my copy medal. You guys might not have the same exact setup. Just find out what your strongest medal is and use that on the enemies with 1 counter. I am using Fairy Stars. My Fairy Stars is quite high. I know that already, but it all depends what you guys have for yourselves. You don't have to copy this strategy 100%. Just know that you don't need all this new stuff that's coming your way. You guys can skip on banners. It's fine. Think about it this way. I started from day 1. So from day 1 till now, if you started a month ago, you missed about over a year and a half worth of content. More than a year and a half. You've missed a lot of content. Are you worried about all those free jewels you missed out on, or those medals? all that content, the high score challenges, the free draws, is that really affecting you? No. You just started the game, you have no mind of that. So if you come to a quest where you can't beat it, don't go pulling jewels, don't go pulling medals, wasting your jewels like 15,000 jewels just to grab 3,000 jewels. It doesn't work out that great when you think about it. But if the medal's really good and your 15,000 is going to help you for a long time, then go ahead and pull that 15,000. It all depends on what you guys have already or what you really need. So here's another situation I'm going to skip out on and just use the key art 17 alone. Again, you don't have to follow this. If you have medals that raise counters and all that, you're fine. But the whole point is, don't spend 30,000, 40,000 jewels just to pass one quest for 3,000 jewels. In the end, you're just wasting jewels and you're not really making good progress. The only time you should do that, like I said before, is if you truly are going to pass the quest because of that, then yeah, go right ahead, and especially if that medal you're pulling for is going to be worth it down the line. Now here's where I get put to sleep and I die because of that. So let's say you run into that situation. I wasn't supposed to use my buffs there, but it still works out because when you die from enemies' counters, you come back with all the buffs and the enemies' debuffs. So what I'm going to do here is skip out on this attack here, and I'm going to go for this one here. This is what I should have done. I shouldn't have cast that stained glass Rikugen. I should have skipped out on that, but your buffs and debuffs carry over. So if you can use the enemy's counters to your advantage, then do so. Being killed by the counters is like the best thing for applying buffs and debuffs. So the medals in the beginning start doing amazing damage. But there you go, guys. Nothing special. No 7-star Diz, King Trident, Warrior of Lights, all that amazing stuff. This is all straightforward. Even my 7-star copy medal was not needed. As you guys saw, the key arts and the prime medals took care of everything. So if you're sitting there thinking, I got money on the side I just want to spend on here just to grab this new Kairi medal, remember, the Kairi and the Xion, they're not guaranteed and they're not needed. This Buzz and this Woody is a better investment for your jewels, but even these are not going to be needed down the line. But if you want some solid power right now, I would definitely go over this than this. These mean nothing right now besides a little bit more edge in PvP. And when I say a little, I really mean just a little bit more edge in PvP. Every medal we have in the game has the buffs and the debuffs we need. The only thing special about these medals is they have everything put into one cast. But as you guys can see, that's not important. It can't be that important. They can't make the game around these two medals, especially because they're not guaranteed. So do a couple pulls if you want to, if you have that itch, but don't spend all your jewels and go broke for this, because then when avatar boards come out, medals that come out from mercy pulls that are really good, you're going to miss out on all that because you try to go for a buffer that's already in the game with every other medal. So hopefully something here helped you guys out. Hopefully you're not going crazy on these banners and you do take everyone's advice with chasing traits. Chasing medals are not mercy pull are really not worth it, especially since they're not needed. There is no PvE content that says, hey, we need Kairi and we need Xion. Even the old ones are not necessary anymore because prime medals and stained glass medals apply more damage when you cast them compared to just casting a Kairi or Xion, because they only do a certain amount of damage. They're not strong. But these other medals that have all the buffs and debuffs, they're strong and they take care of everything. So hopefully something here helped you guys out. If you want to add anything down below, leave in the comment section. And if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.